tomorrow's Sunday, and you call someone over for lunch and dinner. Now you will cook for them. You will cook, you'll be very happy while you're cooking for them. So depending on your interest, your capacity, you may cook 4 things, you may cook 5 things, you may cook 6 items, you will decorate your house, everything will look beautiful. I'm coming tomorrow to your house for dinner, so let's see what you're ready to cook. What can you cook if we come to your house for dinner tomorrow? How much can you cook? How many things will you make, sister?
What we love. That is the most important. I will cook what you like.
Acha, okay. And how many things? Think, what are you ready to do for other people? Everything, yeah, everything, yes, everything. And then we all come over to your place and we have a good time, we have a good meal, it's all good fun, and while going you even give a gift. Everything was perfect. Perfect, more perfect than what it could be. And then next week you come to our place. I haven't even said anything after that. And because I don't like cooking, and because I'm not a good cook, I will just say, 6 बज गया है, चाय तो पी के ही आए होंगे ना? अभी 6 बजे कौन चाय पीता? Everybody finishes their tea between 4 and 5 p.m. So I don't even ask for tea. Forget any meal. I don't even ask for tea. Will there be some thought in the background? Yes. Will there be a thought in the background? Yes, there will be. And then you will start rewinding Sunday and you will say, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. And I didn't do for anything, but you can't even ask for a cup of tea. And all my happiness that I created on Sunday gets converted to hurt, feeling let down, expectations unfulfilled. Next Sunday I come again to your place. Will there be a little change? अच्छा, आप वैसे बोलेंगे, चाय तो पीकर आए होंगे. Oh, change आएगा. It may be a little, it may be a lot, but there is a little change. And which means, when I do something with a subtle expectation in return, 1, I get hurt when that expectation is not fulfilled. 1, 2, I don't remain the same after that with that person. So it could be as simple as a meal, it could be that you are very helpful, you are always there for people, 1 phone call and you leave everything and go to help them, but the day they call you, the day you call them, and the other person says, I would have loved to help you, but you know what, I have a meeting, I have to go, bye. Bura lagega? Bura lagega? And the next time they call us, we would have changed. So whenever the giving is with a subtle expectation in return, it creates 2 things. 1, it creates hurt when the expectation is not met, and second, we change our sanskar because the other side was not carrying the same sanskar. We were caring and sharing, they were not caring and sharing it enough. We were giving, but they were not giving in return enough. And so we said, ठीक है ना, मुझे भी फिर क्यों बहुत ज़्यादा करने की ज़रूरत है, थोड़ा बहुत help करो, ख़त्म करो. Who's going to go out of the way for this person? They don't even pick up our phone call when we need them. And that is when my sanskar of giving starts changing. But now cut to what we saw in this movie. All your projects of 30 years. When you were doing what you were doing, when you were giving what you were giving, you're just an instrument and you're getting used to get it done. From all those faces that we saw there to whom you were giving, were you expecting anything in return from there? Did you say, I gave you 1 meal, so at least you'll give me 1 glass of water in return? No. You might never even meet them again. But it's just giving and giving and giving. And that happiness will never have any other pain associated with it. And because that giving is selfless, that giving is selfless, the giving is without any expectation in return. So by that giving, the soul power will increase. When we are giving with a little expectation in return, and when that expectation is not fulfilled, soul power will reduce. Because when I create hurt, when I feel let down, when I change my own sanskar because of them, my soul power will reduce. And if my soul power reduces, my happiness level will reduce. But when we are doing niswarth seva, selfless, nothing in return, soul power will increase. Second, to those who you become instrumental for selflessly, any benefit that you bring to them, which makes their life more beautiful, their soul power will increase. And because you are instrumental for increasing their soul power, that vibration will come to you, which is called a blessing, dua, and that blessing will again increase your soul power. So it is increasing twice. One, while giving selflessly, my soul power will increase, and second, because I get a positive energy in return, my soul power will increase. But when I am in the sanskar of achieving, or when I am in the sanskar of giving with a slight expectation in return, my soul power is actually, what is happening? What is happening in soul power? Even when we achieve, we worked very hard, we achieved. But the higher our achievements go, sometimes the higher the ego becomes. The higher my achievements go, the more my dependency on that achievement to feel good. Even a child who comes first in class is very stressed because they don't want to ever come second. So now it's a very subtle fear in the background. What if I don't come first next time? So that dependency, the ego, the fear, the comparison with other people that I have to be ahead of them, all this is going to reduce soul power. And happiness only means highest soul power. Happiness is not excitement. Happiness is soul strength. Soul strength, that is happiness. Happiness is not excited today, down tomorrow. No, happiness is soul strength. So now I need to check, what is it in my life that can actually increase soul power? Nothing that we're doing today. And that is why, in spite of achieving and acquiring everything that we wanted to do, the happiness levels of society have only, what has happened? The happiness levels of society have only decreased. We're only talking of higher stress levels, higher depression levels, higher disease level, and higher relationship conflict level and separation. In a world where we've worked extremely hard to be happy, go 25, 30, 40 years back, people were not working very hard to be happy. Achievements were lesser, homes were smaller, families were bigger, resources were lesser. And yet happiness levels were higher than what it was today, right? So we just have to go rewind to when we were a child. How big was the house compared to now? How big was the home compared to now? Smaller? More people in the home? Yes. Lesser physical comforts? No technology? Lesser gadgets in the kitchen? And yet if anybody called to say we are coming, say come, come, come. They said jagah hai, bahut jagah hai, bahut jagah hai. खाना बहुत खाना है, बहुत है, बहुत है. We were living a life of abundance when we had lesser. Today we have more and we are living a life of lack. नहीं नहीं, हमारे घर में जगह नहीं है, 4 ही कमरे हैं, बच्चों को अपना अपना कमरा चाहिए होता है. So when we had lesser, we were living out of an attitude of abundance. Today we have much, much more. Hardly any family will have 1 car. So today we are talking in multiplication factors. So people are having more than 1 cars, more than 1 phone, more than 1 TV, and we have grown up without car, without phone, without TV. So we are the only generation who has seen that and who has seen this. Abhi ke bacche to they don't know what it is. So we are the only people who will be able to undo the mistake that we have made. Because if we don't undo it, then we are handing over the world which is full of lot of pain here, lot of comfort here, but lot of pain here. So let's add one more project to the project. Let's add one more project to the project of the hunger-free world, and that is to make a pain-free world. Pain means this pain. This pain. Which means to create a happy world. Because even if we feed everybody on the planet, if they are not happy, so 2 projects will go on simultaneously. One will be outside, like what you are doing, to give to those who do not have, and the other project will be around you to give to those who appear to have everything. Yes? Because it is that segment of society which appears to have everything who seems to be not having that which is the most natural thing of our life. And living a life which is saying stress is normal. Stress is normal? Ask yourself, is tension, stress, agitation, running, impatience, hurried, getting hurt, feeling let down, worry, is all this normal in my life? If those are normal, then happiness is not normal, because only one of them can be normal. Only one of them can be normal. And why and what did we do in the last 25-30 years to make this happen? We tuned and changed our frequency from being a giver to only being the nature of a human being. Let's look at the nature of nature, which means Prakriti. प्रकृति में हर चीज कैसी है, ऐसी है या ऐसी है? Giving. What is the tree doing? It's giving. What is the water doing? It's giving. Everything in nature is giving, which means the nature of nature is to give. And to underline that nature gives to everyone, irrespective of how the other person treats them. Yes? Will the tree give the same oxygen to everybody? Yes, irrespective of whether you are nice to the tree or whether you are cutting the tree. So this is the 2 laws of nature. One is giving and second is unconditional, giving to all the same, irrespective of what they do to us. And that is why the tree is flourishing, because it's giving out its oxygen. One day if the tree says, I'm not going to give my oxygen to anybody, can you visualize what happens if the tree stops throwing out its oxygen? What will happen if the water stops flowing? What will happen? What will happen if the tree stops giving out its oxygen? What will happen if the water stops flowing through our cities? It will not be what it is today. That is what has happened to the human being. It stopped giving and it shifted to only, I don't have enough for me, I still need more. So we are like this. And the more we are becoming like this, the more our happiness level is going. We thought the more we get, the happier we will be. But it happened the other way around. Not that it has any connection to do with what we got. What we got is perfectly fine. But it is the frequency here. Which frequency I am tuned in my life? Am I tuned to being a seeker, or am I tuned to being a giver? If I just change my frequency today, it does not mean you're going to go home and pick up and give out everything. No. It just means you have to change your frequency here of who I am as a soul. Am I a soul who's always wanting, or am I a soul who is tuned to giving? Are you ready to shift your frequency? Ready to shift your frequency? Frequency to being a... Which one feels better? How does this feel? I'm not going to use the word, you'll have to use. I can just show you the visual. Now this is not about physical things. It's about subtle things. It's about emotional things. What is my frequency in life? How many of us want happiness? Want. How many of us want love from relationships? Everyone, very good, want. So, I want happiness, I want love, I want peace, I want respect, I want power, so I am standing like this. And the people from whom I want, how are they standing? करो करो, हाथ करो. तो क्लियर हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. How am I standing? I want love, I want happiness, I want respect, I want peace. No problem, I'll get it. Provided I find the person who is standing like this. But if I go and stand like this in front of a person who is also standing like this, it is then where relationships have a problem. So one looks at the other, not with hands put out, but with, I want. The other person says, I also want. One person looks at them and says, please understand me. The other person says, first you understand me. I want. And because both, whether it's a husband and a wife, whether it's a parent and a child, whether it's a friend and a friend, if both the souls are standing with the frequency of I want, then there will be a conflict in that relationship. And the toughest part is, even after wanting when I don't get, even after when asking I don't get, even after you say to the other person, मेरे लिए आप इतना तो कर सकते हो ना. Even after saying, I'm not asking for too much, I'm only asking for... When we're on the road, in the car, there are some people who are really standing like this. And they will keep knocking on your window. Can you see that scene? And now look at how many people's window are you knocking on. And the other person is still not giving. Or maybe giving, but I am not understanding that they are giving. Or what they are giving is not what I want something else. So when there are people knocking on the window, you pick up a packet of biscuit and give it to them. They say, I don't want biscuit, I want money. So you are giving, but they don't want what you're giving. They want what they want. And so they will keep knocking and knocking and knocking. Sometimes you will just drive away, and sometimes you will get fed up of that knocking and just put something like that. This is how we are living in our relationships. I want love, I want respect, I want appreciation, I want. So the more I want, soul power is going to be lesser. Because who wants? Only those people want who don't have. Those who have will not stand like this. Those who have will stand how? like this. This is happiness. This is more and more pain. More and more pain. It's only increasing. Now it's no more stress. Now we're talking about depression. Now we're talking about divorce. Now we're talking about addictions. We have everything. And then the children of the house are not happy and they're addicted to a substance. You ask them, why are you having this? To feel good. So all that your parents did for you to feel good, what happened to all of that? Now you need to have a substance to feel good. That means everything that we did for them did not give them the happiness. Why? Because we were trying to give them happiness to things that can be bought with money. Because that is what we earned in the last 25 years. So whatever I earn only I can give people. So when it came to money, we were never like this. We were all like this. Yo, take everything. We were able to give our children everything, even that what they had not thought of.